What's up, guys? This is Nathan Williams here with BlackRain79.com, and today I want to talk about why does online poker have so many bad beats. People ask me about this all the time. Every time they got top pair, this other guy's gonna hit his flush draw on the river. They can never win with their pocket aces, on and on. I've heard it all the stories. People send me the email comments, so I'm gonna jump into it in this video. All right, so firstly, the biggest reason why, in all seriousness, you're gonna see more bad beats when you play online poker is simply the speed of the action. Now, a typical live in a casino poker game is going to deal about 30 hands an hour. And that is because you have a dealer. I mean, obviously with the world situation right now, there's not as much live poker games, but in theory, when we get back to normal, a dealer can only deal so many hands. He has to shuffle the cards, he has to count the bets and all of that kind of stuff, which is of course automated with online poker. This is why typically, while you'll see about 30 hands an hour in a live poker game, you can see upwards of 3 times that amount with an online poker game. And especially if you're playing a fast fold format of the game like Zoom poker. I actually made a video just last week on Zoom poker, which I'll put a link to right here. But in Zoom poker, you know, the speed of the deal can be as much as 10 times as fast as a live poker game. All of this is to say that it just stands to reason that if you're getting 3 to 10 times as many hands dealt to you, you're simply going to get more bad beats. It's just math. There's no other way around it. You're gonna get more bad beats, more coolers, and it's going to seem crazy at times because you're simply getting to the long run faster. All right, so the second reason why you're gonna get a lot more bad beats online is because bad players are just gonna hit their miracle cards. We all know what recreational players do, what the fish are in there to do. They're just splashing around, they're just having fun. It's what they like to do. A lot of them are sitting there having a beer, they're watching the football game, and you know, a lot of people play for a very small amount of money online, like $2, $5. And so for most people, this amount of money doesn't really mean a whole lot to them. And you know, they're just in there having fun. So of course they're gonna chase their, you know, every single draw, their bottom pair. And once again, it's just math, guys, that they're going to hit their cards, their miracle card on the river, sometimes against you. Because in poker, you almost always have some sort of equity, whether it's 10%, 15%, a flush draw has 30% on the flop. I think you understand what I'm saying. You know, it's not really a big shocker when a 30% draw comes through on the river. It's obviously going to happen almost 1 in 3 times. So one of the biggest things that you need to understand when you're playing poker is that you're just going to lose with the best hand sometimes. It's what keeps the bad players coming back again for more and more. I've often compared poker to chess in the past, whereas the reason why there's a lot more money in poker than there is in chess is because chess is almost completely a skill-based game. You know, I'm just an average kind of player. You know, if I were to go play, you know, a grandmaster, I'm simply not going to win. I'm gonna lose 10 out of 10 times. But an average player who goes to play Phil Ivey or Daniel Negreanu, you know, you're still gonna lose most of the time, but you're going to get lucky against them sometimes because you're always gonna have that equity that I talked about. I mean, you could just literally shove all in pre-flop against them and you're still going to win a reasonable amount of the time because you're just always going to have some equity. So we really need to just put this to bed and understand that you're going to lose with the best hand sometimes in poker. There's just no way around it. It's how the game is built, and it's the most beautiful part of the game. This is what keeps the bad players coming back for more and more, is because they get to get lucky sometimes. So the biggest thing that you should be focusing on instead is simply playing for the long run. This is why I've talked about for many years on my poker blog and my books, is just really being dedicated to grinding it out each day, putting in as many hands as possible. I'm well known for having played over 10 million hands online. And the reason I did that is because it gets me to the long run faster. You know, I've taken an unbelievable amount of bad beats and coolers in my career, but I've been able to get over that once again through the math of just sheer volume. Eventually, by playing a solid strategy, not tilting, you know, when they hit their bad beats against me, or just leaving the table if I am feeling tilted, I've been able to let the math do its work over the long run. You know, one of the biggest reasons I think that why many people get really wrapped up and emotional with bad beats and coolers is they just don't play enough poker. You know, if you're only playing like 50 hands, 100 hands a night, I mean, you're gonna get a bunch of bad beats and it's gonna severely affect your winnings from day to day. But if you're in there multi-tabling and playing a lot more hands than that, you're just gonna allow the math to work itself out and you're going to have more winning days than losing days. Again, if you're playing a solid strategy. If you don't know what a solid strategy is, I would suggest just reading my free poker cheat sheet. It's the top link in the description below. And also taking care of your mental game, which, you know, I talk about in a lot of these videos and in my books, is that we're going to get a lot of bad beats and coolers in poker, but we always get to choose how we react to them. We don't have to fly off the handle and think everything's rigged against me and blah, 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 and start playing poorly and throwing all our money away, which is what most people do. We can instead decide to have a rational, calm approach to it, or if we're unable to do that, we can simply turn the computer off, or if you're playing live, leave the table and come back with a clear head the next day. So anyways, guys, that's about all I have for you in this one. I know that, you know, poker's a rough game, guys. Sometimes you're just gonna take bad beats after bad beats and so many coolers. You're gonna lose with your aces 4 times in an hour. You know, they're gonna hit their flush draws nonstop. I know, guys, believe me, it sucks. I've been there. I feel for you if you're going through it right now. But all I can say is we have to understand that this is always a part of the game that is built in, and it's what makes the game profitable. I often call it like a fish tax. You know, the guy hits his lucky draw in the river. We all got to pay that tax sometimes, and it helps keep the bad players coming back and depositing again and again and losing their money again and again. You understand what I'm talking about. So, but as always, I want to know your thoughts in the comments below, and let me know about all your bad beats in online poker, and it's, you know, your thoughts on all that in the comments below. Do you think you're getting too many bad beats? Let me know your thoughts on that. And as always, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel here as I'm putting out poker videos just like this to help you guys out all the time. And lastly, make sure you shove all in on that like button. It just helps me out. I appreciate it. All right, guys, that's all I got for this one. I'll put a couple videos up here that I made recently on the screen that I think will help you guys out further. And I will catch you in the next video. This has been Nathan Williams with BlackRain79.com.